Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna sing my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
How you going, guys? Oh, how you going, Alex, Deb? Who else we got? J1, Judy, Shannon, how you going? Jules of Southern Oregon, how you going? Okay, guys, we're going to get into it. I'm not on screen today again because I have a big bloody scratch across my nose from the cat. So, actually two of them. Okay, AKA said Democrats have been getting into karate and are giving out DEI black belts. Take a look at this. With a cat scratching in the background. Sorry, my cat's scratching at the door. Look at this rubbish. Like, seriously? What is this? DEI karate? Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Like, I have no words for this. I really don't. DEI karate. The guy's pretending to roll, look. You got to be kidding me. Cat Turd said, bam, US Army said the US Army will no longer allow transgender individuals to join the military and will stop performing or facilitating procedures associated with gender transition for service members. Stay tuned for more details. Hey, LU, how you going? Good to see ya. John Gilbertson said the IRS getting audited. I don't care who you are. That's funny shit right there. The Internal Revenue Service. Oh, my goodness. It's getting audited. Okay, that's not the only thing. It just keeps going. This is just getting really good, guys. Gunther Eagleman said, dear Leader John Thune, 4-day vacation for the Senate, really? We have cash to confirm and activist judges to impeach. Not a good look. Oh, so someone wants Someone wants a 4-day break where the people demand cloture and a vote tomorrow, not Tuesday. Get it done or we'll have you replaced with a snap of a finger. We aren't playing. We have work to do. You're holding up progress. Don't be on the wrong side of history now. Okay, I like that one too. Okay. Cherubeki man? Not sure if I said that right. Zelensky signed a decree on October 2022 forbidding negotiations with Putin, but now complains he's being left out of negotiations with Putin. Let that sink in. Okay. Zelensky does not look like he wants peace at all, actually. We'll have a listen to this.
Do you expect Ukraine?
Say it, what?
Do you view Ukraine as an equal member of this peace process?
It's an interesting question. I think they have to make peace. Their people are being killed, and I think they have to make peace. I said that was not a good war to go into, and I think they have to make peace. That's what I think.
Yep, they do. Okay, now a bit on Zelensky. We're going to go through quite a bit, a little bit here and there. I think it's scattered throughout my bookmarks. Lord Bebo said Zelensky's afraid, high, lost, desperate. Many emotions are running through his face. He looks done. I'll say, yeah, he's high, for sure. From some of the next footage that I've got. Anyway, Johnny Midnight said, do you think that rare earth has affected Zelensky's sinuses? How many times can you rub your nose? Are you sure all the white powder's gone? You might want to check. Isn't that what they're doing when they're playing with their nose? Or is it itchy or something? I don't know. For me, for some reason, I think that it's them just making sure there's no powder under their nose. I don't know. Josh Dunlap said Zelensky, who openly admitted he's against a peace deal that would result in Ukraine losing territory, wants you to believe that Putin, who just agreed to hold peace talks, bombed the Chernobyl nuclear plant. I think there's a bit of false flag going on. Oh. Lord Bebo said European leaders also want to come to the negotiating table on Ukraine. Yeah, bunch of clowns. We got it back, said 18 million to Mauritius, 12.8 billion to Ukraine, $11.6 billion overseas aid, but they keep telling us there's no money to fix the UK economy and a 22 billion black hole. Yeah, well, that would cover that. Okay, that would cover that. 12.8 billion plus 11.6 billion is 24.4 billion, would cover the $22 billion black hole. That does not take a math genius to work. I'm not a math genius at all, right? But doesn't take a math genius to work that one out. Tara Bull said, breaking, Ukraine says Russia has struck the Chernobyl nuclear plant with a drone attack. Anyone else find the timing very odd? Yes, when Zelensky wants the war to keep going because money laundering, and Russia and US want it to stop, I don't think Russia did this. Concerned citizen said, breaking, Keir Starmer has spoken to Zelensky and told him that Ukraine is on an irreversible path to NATO. That's a bit dangerous, Keir. This contradicts both President Trump and his defence secretary. Deep state globalist Starmer still wishes for World War III by triggering Article 5 if Ukraine join NATO. Yeah, so Keir's egging this on, in other words. Okay, Proud Army Brat said Trump wants the $350 billion back from Ukraine. Zelensky is not biting at this deal. He refused to sign the agreement on rare earth metals, which is recently proposed by US Treasury Secretary Bessent. Well, I think Zelensky's going to get in a bit of trouble here. Tucker Carlson said Hungary's Viktor Orban is by far the longest-serving head of state in Europe, and by this point he's been vindicated on pretty much everything. So when he says that going forward it's Ukraine, not Russia, that may be the biggest threat to the West, It's worth paying attention. And there is a whole interview here, which I'll share on X. David Vance said, guess what the head of NATO, the head of the European Commission, and the leader of Ukraine have in common? All unelected. How's that? You worried about Elon Musk and Doge? No one elected these people. This one was installed. In fact, they all were, but, that's in different ways. Joe Rambo said assistant to the president and special president envoy for Russia and Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, at the table. The same General Kellogg that Trump told you was one of the generals that asked him to run. General Kellogg is proof of an operation that started before Trump took office in 2016. What storm, Mr. President? You'll find out. Okay, let's
very much, but we need real security guarantees, and we will continue our meetings and our work, and we will be very happy to see General Kellogg also in Ukraine and this closest time. Thank you, Vice President, for meeting. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you all.
Where's your Vice
Take care,
President?
guys.
How does this move?
Okay, and then Joe Rambo said, holy crap, you all paying attention? Remember when I asked how far back does this operation really go? Remember when Trump stood with the generals and told us about the calm before the storm? What storm, Mr. President? You'll find out. Where is Jason? Nice tall character right here. Real General Keith Kellogg, not a TV general, has been with me since before day one. There's quite a few of them too. Listen to it again. Trump is telling us. Are you listening?
GOP Chairman Jason Simmons, who's been a friend of ours for a long time. Where's Jason? Nice tall character right here. Thank you very much, Jason. And somebody that's been with me from day one, he's a real general. We have the real generals, and we have the fake woke generals that did so poorly in Afghanistan, should have all been fired. But this is a real general, Keith Kellogg. Right, Keith? And this is a great group. It's good to see you, Keith. He's been with me from before day one, right? He said, that guy should run. We got to get him to run. I like those guys. They were here before I ran. There's quite a few of them, too. We have the front row, Joe's, you know that?
Yep, and that does go towards, he was asked to run. Okay. Then we have, back one more, yep. Okay, then we have Jim Ferguson breaking game over. Trump and Putin take control. EU globalists shut out of Ukraine peace talks. The rules of the game have changed. The European elites who funneled billions into Zelensky's corrupt regime without accountability are now left out in the cold. Trump and Putin are calling the shots without them. EU diplomacy chief, Kallas, is furious. Why? Because the war is over and they weren't even invited to the table. The US and Russia are negotiating directly. No more blank checks, no more endless war. The Biden-era fantasy that Ukraine could win has collapsed. The reality, Ukraine's lost. The globalists pushed for war, they failed, and now they want to drag NATO into a mess they created. But here's the reality. If Europe sends troops, they're on their own. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has spoken. No American boots on the ground in Ukraine. If European nations send troops, they will not be covered under NATO's Article 5. No more US taxpayer money for Zelensky's failed regime. The gravy train is over. Europe needs to accept the truth. Ukraine has lost. There's no coming back from this. It's time for negotiations, whether they like it or not. The globalist war machine is in full meltdown. They want endless war, but now they've been sidelined. Trump and Putin are cutting the deal, and the EU can do nothing about it. Europe is out, America's out, the war is ending, and the globalists just lost everything. Okay, so what's this?
Made behind our backs. It will simply not work, because you need, for any kind of deal, any kind of agreement, you need Europeans to implement this deal. You need the Ukrainians to implement this deal. So, that doesn't also look good. If somebody agrees something and, everybody else says that, okay, fine, you have agreed, but we will not follow this. Ukrainians will resist, and we will support them.
That's a lady from the EU saying that they shouldn't be doing this. America shouldn't be doing it. The globalist puppet EU government is in full panic mode. They are terrified that their Ukraine money laundering operation will come to a screeching halt. The EU, UN and WEF globalists want to destroy Russia because Russia will never submit to their 2030 death cult agenda. The EU has conveniently forgotten that Russia was their ally in World War II and is a large part of the reason that Hitler failed in ruling over Europe. Trump should tell the aggressive EU and NATO countries and the UN that if they attack Russia, the US will support Russia's right to defend itself. Wow. Okay. So the EU, they're panicking too. Dan Scavino said, Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to the beautiful Oval Office with the Trump arrest photo as you enter the White House now. It's quite a lovely room, actually. Oz Pollies said, fuck around, find out. Okay, this is about Albo turning up to Illawarra somewhere to promote having wind power off the coast there of Illawarra. Okay, so let's have a listen.
Go home. Get out of here. Lunch Prime Minister, get out of here. You don't respect the region. We don't want you wind farms. You don't want them off your property. Get out of here. Get out of here, Albo. We don't want you here. We do. Go home.
They won't be able to walk down the streets. Okay, I just want to say hello to a couple of people. Darren, how you going? Haven't seen you for a while. Out to lunch, how you going? Oh, Deb, you like your wrench? Out to lunch and, okay. Timmy, how you going? Just want to say hello. Zal, how you going? Good to see everyone. Okay, hopefully my mic works today. I think I fixed it. I just unplugged it all, undid it all, and redid it all. Okay, fuck around, find out. There was a trend on fuck around, find out, okay? That's why I've got so many of them. Wonder how much coke the Asian dude behind her had for breakfast. Tara Bull said New York Attorney General Letitia James goes on unhinged rant about Elon Musk and President Trump. Let's have a look.
Save checks and balances! Save checks and balances! Save checks and balances!
And as attorneys general, we're not going to bow to the president or to Elon Musk. It's important that individuals understand that right now Elon Musk is untethered to any accountability at all. And the fact is that they would like for us to engage in an ideological litmus test. And that's why they've paused funds. That's why they have freezed Social Security and veterans payments, and payments to the state of New York and to states all across this nation. It is unacceptable, unconstitutional, ultra-vires. They have exceeded their authority. And so it's important that attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law, because Elon Musk, individuals at the Treasury.
Okay. I don't know why it stopped. Okay, but anyway, oh no.
The President of these United States is not above the law. And we will continue. You know, as attorneys general, we've been preparing for this. This is not the outcome that we wanted. We wanted to cooperate.
I don't know, Paul. I think it might be coke because he can't keep his face still either. That's not just a cold. Not being able to keep your expressions. I don't know. It just looks weird to me.
But when you challenge the 14th Amendment birthright citizenship, we acted, and we got a TRO. When you challenge the NIH.
Actually, it looks like he's sucking on something, so it could be a cold.
Individuals who are engaging in research to find a cure to cancer, to find a cure to a cardiac disease. We got a TRO. Funding, when you pause the funding of countless number of agencies, Meals on Wheels,
Oh my God, I can't listen to her anymore, man. Seriously. It's up to you what you think, whether you think he's got a cold or the flu, or whether you think he might be having some Coke for breakfast. I don't know. But it does look like he's sucking on something, so it might be like a cough drop or something like that. Oh, okay. Joey FAFO, fuck around and find out, said, now I can't unsee this. Has anyone ever really seen these two in the same room? Oh dear. Oh, I can't unsee it now too. Holy guacamole. He does actually look a lot like this person, just different glasses on maybe. I don't know. Oh dear God, that's so hilarious. Okay, Cash Loren said, fuck around, find out. The AP Associated Press has officially been banned from the White House and Air Force One for continuing to lie about the Gulf of America. Good. Next, let CNN's Caitlin Acosta Collins fuck around, find out.
Reporter from the Oval Office and the diplomatic reception room last night.
Well, first of all, let me just set the record straight. It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus, many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve the right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office, and you all have credentials to be here, including the Associated Press, who is in this briefing room today.
But isn't it retaliatory in nature is the argument, because the reason that the AP was barred, which they said was because they're not using the phrase Gulf of America, they're using Gulf of Mexico in line with their standards. And so the question here is this setting a precedent that this White House will retaliate against reporters who don't use the language that you guys believe reporters should use? And how does that align with the First Amendment commitment that you were just talking about?
I was very upfront in my briefing on day one that if we feel that there are lies being pushed by outlets in this room, we are going to hold those lies accountable. And it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. And I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that, but that is what it is. The Secretary of Interior has made that the official designation in the Geographical Identification Name Server. And Apple has recognized that. Google has recognized that. Pretty much every other outlet in this room has recognized that body of water as the Gulf of America. And it's very important to this administration that we get that right, not just for people here at home, but also for the rest of the world. Sure.
There you go. Okay. Wall Street Mav said the boss of Fuck Around Find Out 2017, they fucked around. 2025, they're finding out. Okay. Just want to say hello to, did I say hello to Stu, Paul, Zal, did I say, I don't know, Sybil, Crewmel, how you going? Good to see you guys. Okay. Benny Johnson said, breaking, a TikTok user has created a website offering live updates on ICE activities throughout the US, pinpointing exact locations and sightings to assist criminal aliens in dodging deportation. This person here. Let's have a look.
Everyone, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the ICE tip line that we have created, and that is linked in my bio on the link tree. This is going to be on my laptop, so it might look a little different for you if you are on your cell phone, but it should function in a very similar way. So what's really cool is that this is an interactive map. So let's say that I am in the Los Angeles area and I want to see what the latest news is about ICE sightings. I can zoom in into Los Angeles. I can pick, let's say I'm over here by Riverside. Look and then click on the pin that was reported. And it looks like, as you can see, a couple things. Sneaky Shark, it's an anonymous username. You don't have to log in order to use this platform. This was posted 9 minutes ago in Riverside, California. Looks like ICE was drinking coffee at Starbucks. They were in a van on Burren Boulevard and Arlington.
Wow. Isn't that treason? Isn't that, yeah, that's, aiding and abetting, yeah. I don't know. That's, wow. Okay, and this one, I believe I might have to play it on Rumble because I think there's music behind it. Just let me check for a sec.
Was to take a
Oh,
magnifying.
yep. Yep, there's AC/DC music behind that one, so I will play that on Rumble. Interesting stem said the big C cannot get a hold of the body if the liver's working at optimum performance. So I'll have to play that on Rumble. And this one I'm probably going to have to play on Rumble. If you want any of the health news, you're going to have to go to come to Rumble with us. There is a lot going on with that. The salty dog Galveston said, seen in Galveston, Texas. Welcome to the Gulf of America. Oh, good stuff. Oh, Boa said, took this pic on the farm at shut down the other day. I have electric fencing. We have dogs. We have alarm systems. We have CCTV cameras. We have armed security company patrolling. We have burglar bars. We have steel security doors. We have guns. We sleep with one eye open, all to keep our children safe in the farmhouse in South Africa. Not normal. Wow. Yeah, that's what's this? 4 million Boas moving to America, planting yourself in California could swing that state back to Republican with plenty of farming opportunities. Oh, that's a terrible way to live. Yeah, leave it then. Let them see what happens. They fuck around and find out. Let them. Derek Evans said the NIH spent $2.3 million injecting beagles with cocaine. They could have just talked to Hunter Biden. Why does the NIH keep torturing dogs? We're letting RFK Jr. know about this so he can personally fire these degenerate mad scientists. How sad is that? And that's not the worst thing they've been doing to them. I don't know if you know about this, but they stuck the dogs' heads in a, like in a glass cabinet kind of thing. The dogs couldn't get out and they set bugs and things to eat them. These people need to be held to account, I'm telling you. Ian Miles Chong says Slovakian Prime Minister Robert Fico has published a public request to Elon Musk to ask him and the Doge team to help expose US aid-funded NGOs and journalists who are undermining Slovakia's sovereignty. Wow. They're everywhere, aren't they? Not Jerome Powell said US president's net worth before and after office. Ronald Reagan, $10.6 million to $15.4 million afterwards. George H.W. Bush had $4 million and left with $23 million. Bill Clinton had $1.3 million and left with $241.5 million. Whew, huge. George W. Bush started with $20 million and left with $40. Barack Obama started with $1.3 million and left with $70 million. Donald Trump started with $3.7 billion and he's down to $2.5 billion. Numbers don't lie. What are your thoughts? There you go. Corrupt all the way. Okay, Trump was the only one that left with less than he started with. Amuse said lawfare, the secretive federal judge that ordered Trump to resume sending taxpayer dollars to foreign NGOs, was born in Canada and appointed by Biden. Before taking the bench, he ran a Soros-funded NGO. Canadian-born judge forces Trump to resume foreign aid. Okay, Lee, True Crime Canada said, no wonder we're broke. $1.4 million for Francophone LGBTQI plus in North Africa. What? Oh, for-profit organisation. Resilience of Francophone LGBTQI plus movements in North Africa. The project aims to strengthen the resilience of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and intersex LGBTQI plus rights in North Africa, specifically in Morocco, Algeria and Tanzania. Organisation Global Affairs Canada. Oh, dear God. That's not good. I'm sure all our countries are doing it. Lee, True Crime Canada, said 16.5 million to research diarrhea diseases in Bangladesh. That's enough internet for today. Oh my God. They are serious. So Canada's paying 16,500,000 to look into diarrhea in Bangladesh. Fair enough, okay. Che Bows. Ireland can't house its elderly, it's homeless, and can't provide affordable housing. It can't provide a future to its young, and it can't keep its people safe on the streets, but can provide facilities like this for migrants, refugees. Simply insane. And now they're planning on keeping it quiet where these new camps turn up at. I don't know. Are they still going without US aid funding? Okay, Michael O'Keefe said Irish politicians discussing white privilege. They sound like the Democrats in the USA. Worse even, considering Ireland's history. Irish were enslaved by Muslims long time ago. Hello, Arabs, you know.
While it's true that the Irish have known a fair share of oppression, the reality is during that oppression we still maintained our invisibility cloak of white privilege.
And we often hear about white privilege, and it hadn't really occurred to me that I had white privilege as well, but now...
Oh, then give it up and go home, love. Get out of that seat you're in. If you've got privilege, get out of the seat you're in and go home. Bloody idiots. Take these women out of here. What is going on?
Listening to you, I understand that I do have a privilege.
I think we shouldn't forget that our Parliament still looks very male, very stale and pale.
Of course you can say that. You're a middle-class white man. So you view the law completely different to somebody who is a traveller, to somebody who is uneducated, to somebody who's maybe...
Okay, ladies, just give Ireland away and you might as well leave now. Freaking idiots, mate.
...be a member of the Roma community. So it is very, very different. You know that the law doesn't treat you the same. It doesn't treat you the same.
You, as a white privileged man, how does my debt impact your life?
I think it's worth putting on the record of this House that concept of white privilege and how that can be normatised in our own lives. And, you know, we as we...
Are these all MK Ultra victims? Like, seriously? I can't listen to it for 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Right? There's something wrong with these people. Have they looked at their own skin colour? Do they know the history of Ireland? Are they stupid? Or do you think they might be MK Ultra victims? Like deeply brainwashed into thinking this. Holy shit. I am yes, you are no, said Mega. Make Europe great again. Britain belongs to the British. Ireland belongs to the Irish. Germany belongs to the Germans. France belongs to the French. Sweden belongs to the Swedish. Europe belongs to Europeans. Be proud to be of European descent. I am. Definitely. And they should. It should be. Jeez. Ripcord said Alina Harbour on Hannity tonight. There is a panic in DC. Also a 6-year Delta tomorrow. We've been calling it panic in DC for over a week now, but okay, Alina Harbour has just announced it. And a 6-year Delta tomorrow, which today in the US. A Trader's Justice, Phase 3, panic in DC, rats everywhere. For those who decide to save the taxpayers some money, there is no escaping God. Very interesting. It's really coming together now, isn't it? Okay, panic in DC, said Dolly. Yep. When all is exposed, 98% of Washington will fall. And it will. Okay, Sassafras84 said, yes, sir, Mark Green, spot on, well said. He has the security clearance and all that political grandstanding from the Democrats is called panic. Today I read that Doge has made its way to the IRS. Ordered it. Share this out. There's panic in DC and it isn't from Elon or Doge. The The swamp donkeys are losing it. The swamp donkeys. Hang on a sec. And they're going after NASA too now. Okay? So Doge is going after NASA, guys.
Elon Musk does have a security clearance. He has a top secret security clearance. By God, he makes the rockets for NASA. But the suggestion that he somehow can't be trusted to dig into how we're spending our money is nothing but a smokescreen to hide the corruption and the wasteful spending that has occurred there. And I am personally offended at the left's continued references to 19-year-olds and 21-year-olds in there doing work. There are 19-year-olds who have won the Medal of Honor defending this country. Just because you're 19 doesn't mean you're some child who can't be trusted. It is offensive. And if you're 19 years old out there, 20 years old, and you're serving this country, by God, your service matters. Keep serving. We thank you for that. Elon Musk does have a security clearance. He has a top...
There you go. Our reps are finding their voices again. They sure are. Do it, guys. So, yeah, Elon Musk has got security clearance. He has had for many, many years. Julie Kelly said the ironies just keep coming. Several states filed a lawsuit yesterday asking for a temporary restraining order against Elon Musk and Doge. Their argument? That Musk's position violates the Appointments Clause, the same argument Trump's lawyers made against the appointment of special counsel Jack Smith. It resulted in the dismissal of the classified documents case in Florida. The lawsuit has been assigned to, Judge Tanya Chutkan, who presided over Smith's J6 indictment against the president. She has scheduled an emergency hearing today at 4 p.m. to hear the matter without giving the DOJ any time to respond in writing. Important to remember, Chutkan not only imposed a gag order on the president, but was harshly rebuked by the Supreme Court over her hasty and unconstitutional immunity order. She allowed Jack Smith to pull every trick in the book until last moment. She is undoubtedly chomping at the bit to get another swing at the president. Lawsuit. There is no greater threat to democracy than the accumulation of state power in the hands of a single unelected individual. Although our constitutional system was designed to prevent the abuses of an 18th century monarch, the instruments of unchecked power are no less dangerous in the hands of a 21st century tech baron. In recent weeks, defendant Elon Musk, with President Donald J. Trump's approval, has roamed through the federal government, unravelling agencies, accessing sensitive data, and causing mass chaos and confusion for state and local governments, federal employees, and the American people. Just take away that last one there and just, it's only causing mass chaos and confusion for state and local governments and federal employees, not necessarily the American people. Oblivious to the threat this poses to the nation, President Trump has delegated virtually unchecked authority to Mr. Musk without proper legal authorization from Congress and without meaningful supervision of his activities. As a result, he's transformed a minor position that was formerly responsible for managing government websites into a designated agent of chaos without limitation and in violation of the separation of powers. The founders of this country fought for independence from the British monarchy due in no small part to the King's despotic power to create an unlimited number of government offices and to fill those offices with the King's supporters. In fact, this practice so severely undermined the founders' freedoms that it is a listed grievance in the Declaration of Independence. Informed by that history, the farmers of the Constitution crafted the Appointments Clause to protect against such tyranny in our system of government. The Appointments Clause was designed to buttress the separation of powers in two ways. First, by requiring that Congress create an office before the President can fill it, and second, by requiring that the Senate confirm a nominee to an office created by law. These limitations on the President's power make executive appointments accountable to Congress and make the Senate's confirmation decisions accountable to the people. Holy shit. I think they're going to need the military, guys, for all this lawfare. Leading reports said breaking HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to investigate the cause of autism per Fox. Very interesting. Now, the one we do know probably has Coke for breakfast in the mornings. American AF said, does Zelensky really have bad allergies? Now watch this. Okay, we'll get back to the beginning. It's going to play itself again. Here we go. Look, sniff, sniff. Yep, rub the nose. Maybe it's cold there too. I don't know. But Zelensky's been seen inside and out. Like indoors, outdoors, everywhere, like sniffing hard and doing weird things. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not telling you what to believe. Cat Turd said, more. Val said, breaking, Donald Trump plans to immediately fire at least 10% of the CDC's current staff. Ooh, that is very interesting. I hope so. That would be good. And then get through to the rest of it. Clandestine said, we're almost 4 weeks into Trump's term, and I think we can isolate one thing for certain. Trump and his team are legitimately trying to uproot and obliterate the deep state. Whether or not he will fully succeed is another argument. God wins. But he's proven his intent is genuine. So while you might not agree 100% with everything Trump does or says, he has a vision and an action plan to make lasting changes to our broken world. That already makes him better than any president in my lifetime. Sure, we can nitpick and criticise the process, but overall, I trust Trump and his all-star team of patriots to get the job done. If not, then in 4 years, we are right back to where we started. We have nothing to lose. Okay, Pepe Deluxe said they delayed cash till the 17th. To be blunt, game over. 17th of Feb. Yep. Okay, so if they delayed it till the 17th, that's game over. As soon as Crashman said, who the hell is able to afford this and then willing to live like that for 30 years? It must be a laundering operation or builder flipping this to an overseas buyer when they're done. $9.2 million for a house in New South Wales in Russell Lee. Okay. Wow. There's not even a house on that one. What's going on here?
$9.2 million in Russell Lee. It's on the Bay Run on Henley Marine Drive. Purchased in Feb 24 for $9.2 million. And check it out. They've just demoed it. So $9.2 million for land value. And it's in Russell Lee. And it backs onto Henley Marine Drive. So a busy road on the Bay Run. So quick numbers, $9.2 million. They demoed it, and then they'll probably build a house, $3-4 million. They'll be all in for nearly 15 mil. If they've got to say $10 million loan against it, 7% interest, that's $700,000 to the bank every year, which equates to about 13 or 14 grand interest a week. Run your numbers. You could rent in a more desirable area like in Birchgrove, waterfront with boat, wharf, beautiful big house, bigger block for 5.5 grand a week and not be tied up all your capital into that location. Run your numbers, people. Check this one out. Big shot or not, it equates to everything in Sydney market these days. Hit us up if you want help.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. Zal Russell Lee is a dump, is it? Oh, there you go. That's unbelievable. $9.2 million and then knock the house down to build a new one. Who's got that kind of money? What is going on? BlackRock. Kyle Cheney said, update. Judge Chutkan has called a 4 p.m. hearing on the lawsuit over Elon Musk's authority to run Doge. Oh, my God. This is just going to go sideways for them, I'm sure. Andy No said the Indiana 18-year-old trans terror suspect who allegedly made plans to carry out a Valentine's Day mass school unaliving is Trinity Jamie Shockley, who used the trans name Dex. Shockley, a girl who recently began identifying as a trans boy, was obsessed with Nicholas Cruz, the Parkland shooter. She also idolised other killers like the 2017 trans Pennsylvania killer Randy Stair, Andrew Blaze. As part of the investigation into her murderous plans, the Mooresville Police Department was able to confiscate her writings. She wrote about her obsession with killers, being trans, and wanting to hurt people. Her mother had recently died from a drug overdose. Shockley was extremely active on Discord, like the recent white female Madison, Wisconsin Christian school shooter Natalie Ripnow and the black male Nashville shooter Solomon Henderson. Shockley is facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder, threat to commit terrorism, and conspiracy to commit intimidation, threat to commit terrorism. Dear God. Again, I repeat myself, when the FBI, DHS, Gov call out left-wing progressive ideology for the domestic terrorism it is. This includes the doctors, teachers, activists, influencers who push this on those who are already mentally unstable to begin with. Exactly. Okay, Shadow of Ezra said Senator Lindsey Graham declares that Zelensky is the ally he's waited for his entire life. He adds that no American has died defending Ukraine and praises the country for using US weapons to kick Russia's ass. I'm very proud to have you as our ally. Oh, far out, man.
I want to tell you and your people, you're the ally I've been hoping for all my life. Not one American has died defending Ukraine. You've taken our weapons and you've kicked their ass. And I'm very proud to have...
And I've got a lot of money in my pocket from it now. I'm sure. That's what he's thinking, deep down. Okay, Awakened Outlaw said, hey, Ice Gov and Real Tom Homan, we have another contender interested in exploring the find out part of the fuck around paradigm. Ian Yeager said Justine Grand's Rapid Mayor, David LeGrand, says that his city police force is not in the business of enforcing immigration law. Huh. Yeah, they're going to find out the hard way. Laura Loomis said you might be asking yourself today why aren't any more Senate confirmation votes this week or over the weekend, despite tough talk from leader John Thune about how he'll make the people work throughout the weekend until all of Trump's nominees are confirmed. It's because Sheldon Whitehouse, Chris Coons, Richard Blumenthal and Adam Schiff and numerous other senators went to Germany to attend the Munich Security Conference to uphold the late Senator John McCain's legacy of marshalling bipartisan support for the Transatlantic Alliance. Kash Patel's final floor vote likely won't occur until Wednesday. It's almost like the Senate Judiciary Democrats are slow-walking Kash, so the FBI can continue warning illegals about ICE raids and the Democrat can blame Trump if there's an Islamic terrorist attack on US soil. Well, see, that's pretty much what I'm waiting for now. Okay, Diligent Denizen said breaking federal Judge Chutkan calls for hearing. We already know that. These are activist judges. The Doge was renamed department from the Obama administration, carved out in legislation, and is perfectly legal. Just so you know who the woman is. There's a weird noise going on. Okay, outside somewhere. Il Donaldo Trumpo said boom. Let's have a listen.
And speaking up and expressing opinions isn't election interference. Even when people express views outside your own country, and even when those people are very influential. And trust me, I say this with all humor, if American democracy can survive 10 years of Greta Thunberg scolding, you guys can survive a few months of Elon Musk.
Okay, can't play the last bit, and it's obviously the bit where the glasses come in and, that bit. Okay, but because it's music, I can't play it. Benny Johnson said, breaking. Sean Hannity set to conduct exclusive joint interview next week with President Trump and Elon Musk. See what happens. Not Up Q said, replying to Vincent Crypt, what was he replying to? Vincent Kennedy said, amazing shots of the ISS. Okay. Not Up Q said, dear Doge, please audit NASA for billions of wasted funding for Olympic pools, underwater studio equipment, CGI, Photoshop licenses, fake news subscriptions, etc. Trump told us that shit is virtual fam. Not Up Q said, Trump hinting ISS fake CGI, CIC, POTUS. Go get virtually abandoned astronauts by the Joe Biden admin from the International Fake Station, which is filmed underwater in Olympic pools. Okay, this was on January 28th, 2025. I've just asked Elon Musk and SpaceX to go get the 2 brave astronauts who've been virtually abandoned in space by the Biden administration. They've been waiting for many months on the space station. Elon will soon be on his way. Hopefully all will be safe. Good luck, Elon. I don't know if you want to take that as that, but Brevard County Commission meeting, Cape Canaveral. I think I've played this previously, this man talking on a previous video. Can I get out of here? And one more. Okay, so virtually abandoned in space by the Biden admin. I hope they do. Overton said now President Trump signs an executive order ceasing federal funding to schools that mandate vaccines. The COVID ones in particular, I believe. Max Avery said NYSE ARCA has officially proposed a rule change for grayscale XRP, Trust Spot EFT. Here's everything you need to know. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial expert. Security Exchange, National Security Exchange. The filing would get Grayscale's XRP Trust trade on New York Security Exchange, ARCA, one of the biggest US exchanges. The trust currently manages $16.1 billion in XRP assets and provides US investors exposure to XRP without directly holding the asset. Converting an ETF would open this up to many more investors. The trust will use a pricing mechanism through CoinDesk's index, which aggregates data from major exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, and Bitstamp to prevent manipulation. The XRP would be held in cold storage by Coinbase Custody Trust Company with multiple layers of security with private keys stored in geographically distributed secure vaults. Now, they are talking about crypto, okay? XRP crypto. Okay, creation redemption process will be cash-based. Authorised participants will use cash rather than directly handling XRP. This adds an extra layer of regulatory compliance. The trust will provide intraday indicative value updates every 15 seconds during trading hours, ensuring transparency for investors. New York Stock Exchange ARCA will actively monitor trading and can halt it if there are interruptions to price data or other market issues. The SEC has 45 days to make an initial decision with possible extensions for up to 90 days. The clock starts when this hits the Federal Register. All trades will be subject to surveillance by both New York Stock Exchange and FINRA to detect potential manipulations or other violations. Trading hours will be 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, giving investors extended access to the market beyond traditional hours. The trust will use Delaware Trust Company as trustee and BNY Mellon as transfer agent, bringing institutional-grade infrastructure to XRP investing. Key investor protection. The NAV will be calculated daily and shared with all market participants simultaneously to ensure fair pricing. The minimum basket size for creation redemption will be 10,000 shares, helping maintain efficient trading markets. As of September 2024, each share represents approximately 19.9659 XRP, making it accessible to retail investors. I don't mind. I don't understand half of this, so if you're confused, don't worry, you're not the only one. The trust will not actively manage the XRP. It's designed to track the price minus fees and expenses. Grayscale Investment Sponsors LLC will serve as sponsor with current fee rate of 2.5%, set to decrease if converted to an EFT. Market makers will be required to establish policies preventing misuse of non-public information about the trust. Oh, God love you.
Deb Richardson tipped $3.18. Happy Valentine's to all, heart, and thank for my spanner. I will use it for good and not evil.
Oh, thank you, Deb. God love ya. You legend. And, yeah, No worries about the spanner. I'm glad. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. You're always here, always with me, so I thought I might just give Deb one too. Hey, Yankees, how you going? J1, how you going? Who else have I missed? Stu? Have I missed anyone? Sherry? Dell? Anyone else I missed? Did I say hello, Zal? And hello, Paul, who I've spoken to a couple of times but didn't say hello to, I don't think. Okay, public comment period will begin once published in Federal Register. Anyone can submit views to the SEC. This filing follows successful precedent of other spot crypto ETFs but brings unique features specific to XRP market structure. Bottom line, if approved, this would mark a major milestone for XRP adoption in traditional financial markets. So just letting you know that XRP could actually go flying very soon. I don't know. If it's adopted, interesting. But as I said, I'm not a financial expert, so, take it with a grain of salt and all that. By the way, everyone mentioned this video is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, which I keep forgetting to tell you at the beginning of the video. And everything here is theory until proven otherwise, which half of it's already been proven. But anyway, Scott Horton said, which is how they've made the rest of America since 2009. Payback's a liberal, feminist, woke, warmonger bitch. Liberal women are the least happy and loneliest in America, according to a new survey. Well, you know what I say? Good, because they've made everyone else's life hell for the last, how many years? And they're not quiet about it either. And it's true, actually. Liberal women are the most unhappy worldwide. Okay, Anon said, certain post, 187, they posted an anonymous person's conclusion after going down the rabbit hole. This anonymous person said, my actual conclusion is probably what's delayed me the most, as it's been mind-blowing understanding our country. Now I totally get it. Current conclusions? So, Titanic. Rothschild screws America by making our money worthless. Crash of 29. Tons of new government, which doesn't fix the problem Rothschild created, but a war helps. CIA, everyone blackmail with sex tapes. Media consumes CIA. Country forced hard left. Population of puppets. Causes uprising by certain patriots like Kennedy, Reagan, Trump. And while they managed to kill Kennedy and outlast Reagan, enough lessons were learned that we're now finally ready to clean house and become America again. First time in about 100 years. Wow. Interesting, isn't it? Ian Yeager said, breaking, Elon Musk and Doge to audit NASA. Go, guys. Do it. I hope that's true. I really hope this is true. They should audit NASA. They need to audit NASA. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Brandon. George said, breaking, Judge John McConnell, the crook who ordered the Trump administration to unfreeze Inflation Reduction Act funds, disclosed that he owns $250,000 in stock in a company that receives $75 million from the act. This is the most egregious conflict of interest ever. The judge should be impeached and kicked from overseeing any future cases related to this administration. How is that even close to ethical? It's not. Okay. Yep, Albanese getting booed and, yeah. They won't be able to walk down the street shortly. We watch. Hoodlaw said, I need every Australian that's on point to turn their attention to Australia's official development assistance. Development budget summary, 24 to 25. $4,900 million. Isn't that 4 trillion? Sorry, billion? I don't know. $4,900 million given away by our politicians between 2024 and 2025. They even gave Afghanistan $50 million while Australians are homeless. This is incredible and a national disgrace. Oh, they wrote it that way. Okay. Budget estimate, 1,433 million. Budget estimate 1549.8. Humanitarian emergencies and refugees $479 million, or maybe 490 for the next year. Climate change 142 million for 2023 to 24 and 24 to 25. It's 144 million. Gender equality, disability, social inclusion, including LGBTQ, 101 million, 0.2 last year and 102.3 this year. Regional and global health stuff, regional and global health. Education and scholarships. National economic resilience. Australian Volunteers Program and global NGOs. Ooh. NGOs, volunteers and community programs. The Asian Development Fund. Get fucked. Seriously? Multilateral development banks. Development effectiveness and research. UN, Commonwealth and other international organisations. Cross-regional and global programs. Hey, hello. Australians are starving, you idiots. And you are doing this. Okay. Come on, Australian Doge, come on. Come on, Aussie, come on. Come on. Liz Churchill said Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci are in a lot of trouble, war crimes. There was, I might have to read this one on Rumble. It wasn't really what they said it was, and the lie was maintained in order to do a lot of things to a lot of people with dangerous things, you know. I'm going to read that on Rumble. KC said, I want mass arrests, followed by bank accounts frozen, then personal property seized and stocks liquidated to be used in repayments to the American people that they have stolen from. I agree with that. Wide Awake Media said appeal is a World Economic Forum and Bill Gates funded product that is being sprayed on fruits and vegetables. The main ingredient found in the appeal coating is processed with the use of 2 solvents, both of which are hazardous chemicals known to seriously damage internal organs, allegedly. See your doctor if pain persists. Okay. I don't know, right? I do, but I don't. For YouTube, I don't know. Okay, and I wonder about this. Oh, see, I've had gut problems for 20 years, and I wonder what chemicals they've used on our fruit and vegetables over all these years. Very interesting. Oz Integrity said it's funny how all major countries are meeting face-to-face with real Donald Trump, but Australian PM Albo didn't attend the inauguration, and his first meeting was a phone call, not even a video call. I have a feeling Trump has no time for our embarrassment of a PM. I don't blame him. Narendra Modi said an excellent meeting with POTUS at the White House. Our talks will add significant momentum to the India-USA friendship. And we know, said, oh boy, one lie at a time is being revealed. This was much earlier than I expected. Concerned Citizen said, I have a feeling we're going to find NASA isn't all about outer space. Are you ready?
Next up is NASA. Elon's nerd army is reviewing their spending. I have a feeling we're going to find NASA isn't all about outer space. If agencies can't jump, next up is NASA.
Just so you know, next up is NASA, okay? You heard it here, you heard it twice, 3 times, 4 times. Vivek Ramaswamy said the Constitution explicitly requires the government to tell the public how our dollars is being spent. Until now, they haven't. Here's Article 1, Section 9. A regular statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time. And then he's quoted Doge and the website that is live, the Doge website, which is here. And if we, yep, it's updated. See? So you can read all about Doge at doge.gov. Okay? Tara Bull said breaking AOC may face charges for teaching illegal immigrants how to avoid capture. Whoops. Well, she's just FAFO'd, didn't she? Bo Loudon said breaking HHS Secretary RFK Jr. just announced he's creating a injury report system for vaccines. This is huge. God bless him. Thriller the Gorilla said, wow, you can't make this up. So Congress has paid over $17 million in hush money for sexual misconduct, and what's more is that it was taxpayer money. Can you believe it? Wonder if it's still happening. Rep Thomas Massey, Elon Musk Doge. Let's have a listen.
You can't make this up.
So, Congress has paid over $17 million in hush money for sexual misconduct inside of the offices in these buildings. What? And what's more is that was taxpayer money, right? The allegation is that President Trump paid $130,000 of his own money. But here in Congress, there may be some on this dais. I mean, I'm for turning loose all of these records. Who in here has had the taxpayer pay for their sexual misconduct charges the hush money? I bet there's some over there. There may be some over here. I don't know, but I do know it's taxpayer money, and I do know not a single penny of it has been turned in as a campaign finance expense. Is the FEC going to investigate the $17 million that Congress has paid to settle, behind closed doors these sexual misconduct allegations?
You can't make.
Wow. Oh, and they're using taxpayer money to pay off for their sexual misconduct. Wow. Red Pill Drifter, this was on February 13th, a couple of days ago, asked, did anyone see that the Pizzagate guy who went into Comet Pizza with a gun looking for the basement was killed by police last month in a routine traffic stop? Covering their bases, are they? By the way, this guy was not a right-wing person who believed in Pizzagate. I don't believe anyway. I think he was set up to go in there because he went straight after the hard drives and shot all them up. Nice way to get rid of any evidence. Just after Pizzagate was spilled open. And a lot of people think that Pizzagate is just a conspiracy theory, alleged. No, sorry. Anyway, this guy who was the one who shot it up was killed. I think they're covering their tracks, so no one can speak out. Okay, Elon put a thumbs up. Mike Lee said for America's golden age to truly begin, we must first end the era of big government. Who's on board with that? Elon Musk has given a little thumbs up there. Massimo, I thought I'd put this in here because it's funny. Okay, something funny in the middle of all this. Massimo said, how old were you when you learnt this? I was today years old when I learnt this, or yesterday actually. Yesterday years old when I learnt this.
Wedge.
I'm going to get censored for the music at the end of that one, but I had to play it because his reaction was hilarious. Oh, my goodness. I thought that was funny, and I didn't know you could do that. Can you do that? Someone tell me. Elon Musk said, bingo. Thomas Massey said, where's the lie? If cutting government funding shuts down an NGO, then it's not and never was a non-governmental organisation. No, it is a government organisation if it is funded by the government. And if it shuts down because the government isn't funding it anymore, it's not an NGO. Okay. Elon Musk, tech support. He said, have you tried turning the government off and on again? Oh, my goodness. Rick Shepherd asked, can someone please tell me how Victorian Labor won Werribee? Do all Vic voters need to be flogged daily? No, I think they're playing with it again. They're playing funny buggers with votes, I think. We need a Doge. We need to find out. Naomi Sebet said now massive Antifa protests after Islamic terror. Radical leftists took to the streets in Munich to protest against the right. The AFD did not drive a car into a crowd today. The AFD did not kill a child today. Only the AfD can save Germany. Yeah, I think we're going to see army on all of our streets soon. It makes me feel like watching something like Twilight Zone, or I don't know, The Stand, I don't know. Justice cometh, read what Elon says. I've had clearances for years, and have clearances themselves are classified. Riddle me this, don't you think that's an odd statement? What other group of people do you think would have clearances like that? I've said this over and over. Maybe Elon. The team, maybe. Remember Elon's vid on 11.4? Watch at about the 38-second mark. Why put that in there? Validation? What an odd statement to make. At 30, what was it? 38, around 38 mark.
Does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The activation.
There it is. Sorry. I didn't realise there was music in that one. But why is that popped up on the screen? People are still laughing at me for believing in this, you know. But even though the proof is there if they read it. and these people are panicking about what's going on, but they won't look. Okay, Elon said, I've had a top secret clearance for many years and have clearances that themselves are classified. That said, far too much information is made classified. If something is easily found online or patently obvious, it should not be classified. This impedes effective communication within the government. Tony said this moment from the USAID House hearings is fire. Elon Musk does have security clearance. We heard this man earlier in this video. So there you go. Could it be? And they did say you would laugh when you found out who it was. And I would be laughing if it was Elon. Who would you be laughing at if you found out who it was? Who would make you laugh to find out who that is? Here it comes again. Ready? Hang on, where is it? Or is this a different one I'm looking at now? No, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong time. Okay, ready? There it is. See? Yeah, I have a funny feeling it is, Elon. First, I thought it was Julian Assange, I've got to be honest. First, I did think it was Julian Assange. But the more and more time goes on, and the more and more, I think it's Elon. That could explain why they're all going absolutely freaking nuts right now. If they know, could they know? Maybe. Senator Matt Canavan said back to petroleum. Halts all new. BP is halting all investments in renewable energy as part of a fundamental reset. Back to petrol. They halt all renewable projects. Hopefully that means the ethanol fuel, because my mechanic told me that it's not good for your car, that it wears the engine down quicker. So you're better off using normal fuel. Okay. DD Geopolitics said the US and Russia can agree on anything, but without agreements of... Oh, this is this lady again trying to tell people that the UK need to be involved. Right? Full of shit she is. Another one that needs to be investigated. The Vigilant Fox said new Mitch McConnell loses after RFK Jr.'s confirmed takes a final shot at him in a bitter statement. I'm a survivor of childhood polio. In my lifetime, I've watched vaccines save millions of lives from devastating disease across America and around the world. I will not condone the relitigation of proven cures, and neither will millions of Americans who credit their survival and quality of life to scientific miracles. A record of trafficking in dangerous conspiracy theories and eroding trust in public health institutions does not entitle Mr. Kennedy to lead these important efforts. As he takes office, I sincerely hope Mr. Kennedy will choose not to sow further doubt and division, but to restore trust in our public health institutions, McConnell said. McConnell, who also voted no on Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard, was not able to get any Republicans to vote no on Kennedy with him. This means he no longer has any sway over the Republican Party. Good riddance. See you later. Fuck off. Yes. I have a lot to say about that, but I can't say it here, so there you go. Autism Capital said, Curry, the media is trying to say we need a Joe Rogan on the left. You basically had one, but you were so crazy that Joe started to think right. Rogan, they didn't want me. That's the psyop working against them. In the past, they could take someone like me and demonise them and it would be effective and they could just remove you from the airwaves because you didn't play by the rules. Now people say that I'm telling the truth and then they'll stop listening to CNN and faith in them crashes and faith in mainstream media crashes and faith in podcasts rises. Curry, they'll probably try to hype someone up to be the Joe Rogan of the left. Rogan said they already are. Curry said, who do you think it is? Rogan says, who cares? Let them try. It won't work. They don't have authenticity. When you listen to someone long enough, you see if they're real. I don't lie. A lot of these people are propagandists. They try to make arguments without looking at the other side. Always try to look at the other side. It's an important quality for a person broadcasting to millions of people and also for a human being. I have looked at the other side for years and years, and I don't agree with the other side. But hey, if one of them says something that is actually logical, I'll consider it, okay? Okay, Megatron said new. Trump confirmed that Zelensky will not participate in negotiations and will have to accept the agreement. Zelensky will have to do what he has to do, and his poll numbers are not particularly great, to put it mildly. Okay? Hey, Jason. Hey, George. Did I say hello, Zal? Okay, Squirrel Mama. Oh, what the freaking hell's going on here? I think the lady might be missing something. Okay, Squirrel Mama said she drives a 2024 BMW and has taxpayers paying her bills, groceries, rent, and cash assistance. Now she's shocked she has to pay her own way. She needs to be arrested for fraud. Let's have a listen. What's going on here? I know she's missing something. Maybe half a brain as well. I don't know, but certainly missing something that I can see right away. Okay, ready?
I got a DHS letter in the mail this morning, and I just now opened it. And somebody reported me to the state of Michigan because I'm making money on TikTok, and I drive a 2024 BMW. They have cut my food stamps from almost $4,000 a month down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car. So you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car? They are forcing me to sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent, only 10% of my rent. So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60 a month. They cannot.
Wow. It looks like the Doge got you too, boo.
Oh, dear. Well, if you got a BMW, look, seriously, and she said she was earning money from TikTok. Like, honestly, if I was earning enough money, I wouldn't need any help. And that, she certainly, if she can afford a BMW, how much is a BMW? Is it like a few $100,000 yet? Or, you know? My God.
I got a...
Oh, I'm lucky I got a hand-me-down car, and it's actually quite new. But it's not a BMW. And my dad gave it to me. I didn't buy it. But I agree with that, though. And if I could just get healthy enough, I'd go back to work too. Or try harder here. Oh, it's hard when everything's working against you right now. I need a job, but I need to get better. I need to get healthy. Can we make Australia healthy again? Can we borrow RFK Jr. after you finish with him? Can we get one ourselves? True Blue Rebel said, Trump just expressed how most of us feel trying to interact with Australians, okay, in quotation marks, on a daily basis.
Being raising anti-India voice, calling about separation, terrorism activities in India. Do you think that should continue here in the US as well?
You're going to have to go louder.
Mr. President, people in India would be welcoming your decision to extradite Tahabur Rana to...
I can't understand a word he's saying.
May I, sir? May I?
I can't understand a word he's saying. Okay, that's what Trump said. That's what... he expressed how most people feel in Australia trying to interact with Australians on a daily basis, right? Sorry, I can't... What was that? Sorry? Can you repeat that? I don't quite understand. Spickety English, sorry. Awakened Outlaw said we're going to find out that US taxpayers paid for these false flag drone attacks on the nuclear facilities in Ukraine, aren't we? And I posit that because it would appear we've unwittingly paid for every damn global shit show and swindle for as long as any of us have been alive. Mm-hmm. Real Ben said if you don't see it by now, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry. No, I do believe a lot of people will make it. Only 4 to 6% won't. Craig Kelly said, I have respect for this lady. However, getting rid of the preferential voting system, which is something I often ask about, would only entrench the power of Labor and Liberal parties. The preferential system is more democratic because your vote doesn't die if the candidate you prefer doesn't get enough votes to win. As an example, without the preferential system, Labor's Christina Keneally would have won the seat of Fowler instead of the independent Daly, seeing comments. And the people that voted one for UAP or One Nation didn't see their vote die. They got to decide if they preferred Daly or Keneally to represent them. So if you want to strengthen the Labor-Liberal duopoly, ending preference voting is the way to go. Okay, Madison King Foxy said Australia-wide petition, 1 vote per person, no preferences. Yeah. And then Craig Kelly put this in here. Okay. I don't know. I don't even get Australia's two-party preferred system, okay? But apparently, without it, it's going to be even worse. I don't know. Make your own mind up about that one. Bro just said, I watched an ad where they just said Cocoa Pops is more healthy breakfast for kids than fresh fruit and yogurt. Because Cocoa Pops has a 4-star rating. What the fuck is going on? An ad in Australia where they said Cocoa Pops is more healthy than fruit and yogurt for kids. If you're wondering about the media, you should wonder no more. Wall Street Ape said, oh my God, I can't believe this is real. Democrat Rep Melanie Stansbury is telling the news camera that Doge has hacked the system at the EPA and that Americans are going to have to start boiling their water. How is this real? I don't think there's anyone in America that wants to wake up tomorrow and find out they have to boil their water because the EPA's workforce has been escorted out of the building. So Doge is already here. These guys have already hacked the system. The EPA was literally just exposed as laundering over $50 billion to NGOs, bragging on camera about stealing so much money it was like throwing gold bars off the Titanic. Here are the Democrats demanding the money laundering continues. Okay, let me just check my volume. Here we go.
I don't think there is anyone in America that wants to wake up tomorrow and find out that they have to boil their water because the EPA's workforce has been escorted out of the building. So we're here to make sure that that doesn't happen and we provide appropriate oversight. DOGE is already in the building at an all-staff meeting, and it's been reported today in EPA. A number of EPA employees were told essentially that their jobs were not secure and essentially that they might be escorted out of the building. So DOGE is already here. These guys have already hacked the system. And to the question about the federal court decision today, Elon Musk is breaking the law. That is why a federal court judge today basically said you cannot just fire people and then offer them a deferred payment that there is not federal authority to offer them. So we're here to do appropriate oversight to make sure that the federal government's workers are protected, that you have clean air, clean water, we protect the environment.
It's not the time to hit the pause button for climate change. We lost 4 precious years.
Okay, the EPA is the Environmental Protection Agency, in case anyone doesn't know. And they're all for climate change, and they think the water's going to get turned off. The water is not going to get turned off. These people lie. They lie, and they lie some more.
In the previous Trump era, and now we're trying our best to gain ground on responding to climate. So we need these programs to stay intact, and this again is not in accordance with the law. So we're here with Senator Markey to make a difference.
Elon Musk said we're putting USAID in a wood chipper, and they're going to put the EPA in a wood chipper too, unless there is an outrage public demanding that their water, their air, their land is protected. That's why we're here. We're here like latter-day.
I don't like latter-day Paul Revere. Oh, I don't think you're going to get the support you want because people are starving. And you're laundering money. And you just want the gravy train to continue.
Paul Revere just warning that Doge is coming.
Bloody idiots. Doge has officially broke the Democrat Party, says Gunther Eagleman. Oh, my God. The absolute nerve of these corrupt, soulless bastards at the EPA just after being caught red-handed stealing $50 billion of our tax dollars, trying to call Elon Musk and Doge as being criminals. They're psychopaths. They're upset they got caught. Jesus, go. Because you know what? This is going to have effect worldwide. Everything that America does is going to have effect worldwide, right? So if Trump is, I misspoke then, I called him Trump. If Trump is investigating the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, hello. I think the climate people are going to be put on the back seat. They're not going to have their funding. Okay, Lee Zeldin said the Biden EPA tossed $20 billion of gold bars off the Titanic. Big update. We found the gold bars and they're now being recovered for you, the hardworking American taxpayer. Here are more of the details.
Hi, this is EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. One of my very top priorities at EPA is to be an excellent steward of your hard-earned tax dollars. There will be zero tolerance of any waste and abuse. An extremely disturbing video circulated 2 months ago featuring a Biden EPA political appointee talking about how they were tossing gold bars off the Titanic, rushing to get billions of your tax dollars out the door before Inauguration Day. The gold bars were tax dollars, and tossing them off the Titanic meant the Biden administration knew they were wasting it. Following this revelation, during my meetings with members of Congress, I made a very important commitment to them and to the American people, which I reiterated at my confirmation hearing that if confirmed, I would immediately get a full accounting. Fortunately, my awesome team at EPA has found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly $20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA. This scheme was the first of its kind in EPA history, and it was purposefully designed to obligate all of the money in a rush job with reduced oversight. Even further, this pot of $20 billion was awarded to just 8 entities that were then responsible for doling out your money to NGOs and others at their discretion with far less transparency. Just under $7 billion was sent to one entity called the Climate United Fund. I'm sure you and I now have some of the same questions. How do these organizations decide how to allocate funding? How much money have they given out so far and to whom? Are there any former Biden EPA staffers who are now working at these entities? Let me make one thing abundantly clear. At this point, there is zero reason to suspect any wrongdoing by the bank. Here's my position as EPA administrator. The financial agent agreement with the bank needs to be instantly terminated, and the bank must immediately return all of the gold bars that the Biden administration tossed off the Titanic. EPA needs to reassume responsibility for all of these funds. We will review every penny that has gone out the door. I'll be referring this matter to the Inspector General's office, and we'll work with the Justice Department as well. The days of irresponsibly shoveling boatloads of cash to far-left activist groups in the name of environmental justice and climate equity are over. The American public deserves a more transparent and accountable government than what transpired these past 4 years. We take our obligations under the law as seriously as it gets. I've directed my team to find your gold bars, and they found them. Now we will get them back inside of control of government as we pursue next steps. As President Trump has vowed, we are going to usher in a new golden age of American success for the citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
Ooh, interesting. And what's the bet? Greta Thunberg, or Thunberg, whatever her name is, was paid by USAID, I betcha. And Shannon, that was a good point. Last time this much money was lost, we had a convenient black swan event, 9/11, and a hit on the Pentagon exactly where the records are supposed to be kept. There are no coincidences, exactly. And that part of the Pentagon was being renovated, so it was empty. There weren't many people around that area where it was bombed, where it was the plane crashed into, sorry. Frank Kilkelly said, why does all this cloud seem to be originating from one random location in the Gulf of America, sorry? That's very interesting, isn't it? Wonder where that's coming from. Someone's going to have to zoom in and find out. Okay. John Q said, a PhD on bullshit detecting, said, worldwide, we've all been fucked over by a few greedy evil bastards. Doge is the proof. Panic in DC, says DOQ. Ripcord, Alina Hubbard on Hannity tonight. There's panic in DC, and I've already spelt that one out. Libs of TikTok said protest against Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth by military spouses at a US base in Germany. They protested his visit because they're upset he got rid of wokeness and DEI. It's a pretty small protest. I don't think many people are that interested anymore. A Vigilant Fox says new MSNBC mutes Donald Trump's mic to bring on a physician to shit on RFK Jr. instead. Donald Trump is now speaking at the lectern before RFK Jr. will be sworn in, so let's listen to this. We're not going to listen to this. I'm so sorry. We're going to watch this for now. Watch what happens here. Where are we?
So let's listen to this, and then we'll come talk to a practicing physician and expert in health systems management. That person's going to give us everything about what it would mean, what the purview and the remit for RFK Jr. So let's listen to this, and then we'll come out. We're not going to listen to this. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. We're going to watch this for now. Joining us, practicing physician and expert in health systems management and hospital revenue cycles, Dr. Drew Updike. All right, so we are going to watch as RFK Jr. gets sworn in.
So they get a TV doctor on there to try and explain to the people how dire it's going to be for RFK Jr. to be sworn in. Bad move. Bad move. Oh, dear. So they got a TV doctor doing it, okay? Someone who has interest in, what did she say?
Sorry, we're going to watch this for now. Joining us, practicing physician and expert in health systems management.
Health systems management expert. Okay. Yep, that's all I need. That's all you needed to tell me to know this person's not an expert, okay? Every time TV brings an expert on, question it. Jim Ferguson said breaking US B-52 bombers land at RAF Fairford. Why are they here? Massive US B-52 Stratofortress bombers Slide 11 and Slide 12 has just touched down on British soil at RAF Fairford. Rumours are swirling that more are on the way as tensions mount across the globe. But the real question, why now? What are they preparing for? The high noon deadline looms. Is this a warning? What we know. Trump's high noon deadline for all hostages to be released is fast approaching. These bombers are capable of delivering devastating payloads, both conventional and nuclear. The world is watching. Will the enemies of America comply or will the hammer drop? Is this a show of force ahead of a potential military response? The timing is too perfect to ignore. Stay tuned. This could be the moment everything changes. Okay. Just so you know. Is there any more to this? Hang on. B-52 bombers arrive in Europe as Hegseth visits NATO. Okay. Yep. Insurrection Barbie said they've been planning the lawfare against Trump administration for 2 years. They have 800 lawyers and 280 civil service organisations. They are pre-interviewing plaintiffs in November of 2024. That is not me saying this. It's the New York Times saying this. This constitutional crisis narrative has been planned in advance and is being executed because they have hundreds of lawsuits planned. And they plan on wrapping Donald J. Trump up in lawsuits. That's why it's called lawfare. Liberal legal group positions itself as top Trump administration foe. Yeah, it's called Democracy Docket. Our tax dollars paid for it. It's a non-governmental organisation run by Mark Elias. Doge, our tax dollars paid for Mark Elias' lawfare. They are operating litigation offices nationwide now. Does anyone hear me out there? Please retweet. Wow. The military is going to be the only way, I think. DOQ said just wait until the British accredited registry is officially publicly removed. The bar. Right? Bar wars. It will happen. The British accredited Regency, British accredited Regency bar is a legal operation in the US because they're loyal to a foreign nation, not America. The whole system is based on fraud from the ground up, based on maritime admiralty law. This is not the law of the land. Coming up soon, attorneys in order to practice constitutional law will need to rebuke their bar affiliation and swear an oath to the public under the Constitution, or they can learn to code. It'll be a panacea moment, the end of... Oh, I can't. I can't pronounce it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, hang on. Elon Musk said, I hope Dustin Burrows passes school choice in Texas to give kids a chance. If kids only have one school option and it's bad, then it's like they never had a chance at all. Donald J. Trump said, congratulations to my friend, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, for the biggest launch of a school choice program in American history, with $1 billion for 100,000 students in Texas. Senator Brandon Crichton did fantastic work passing SB 2. Lieutenant Governor Patrick has now passed school choice 6 times out of the Texas Senate, only to see it die in the Texas House every time. But he never quits. The Texas House must now pass school choice to deliver a gigantic victory for Texas students and parents. I'll be watching them closely. I've made school choice a priority of my administration. We need school choice passed in every state. Oh, this is just getting better and better. Tony Tardio said, I see more than 87% of police members have voted to no confidence in the police commissioner in Victoria, Shane Patton. His workforce don't trust him, don't like him and don't want him. Don't think he's doing a good job, but a handful of MPs who control the state government do. We've got one in New South Wales right now. And a vote of no confidence vote of 87% of police members very clearly indicates Shane Patton's position has become untenable. Ditto New South Wales and the female commissioner. That's what I was looking for. Okay, Derek Evans said breaking. A federal judge just blocked Trump from ending any foreign aid contracts Biden previously implemented. We'll see what happens. Senator Rand Paul said the Democrats were invited to bring in a witness. They chose not to. Maybe because US aid spending is so embarrassing, thanks to the courageous president, real Donald Trump, and advice from Elon Musk and others, we're finally exposing it. That was Rand Paul. Clown World said, why does it take 7 to 10 business days to refund my money when it took 5 to 7 seconds to take it out of my account? I'd like to know that too. When you need to be refunded for something, why does it take 7 to 10 business days when they take it out immediately? Okay, and then we got this weirdo. I meme, therefore I am. I'm going to let her say it, right? Because this is insane. Like the Democrats have lost it.
Fuck you, fuck your Bible, and fuck Elon Musk and that weird little human shield he carries around with him. That thing has never heard the word no. Let's face it, that little booger-flicking fucker sitting there with the President of the United States in the Oval Office holding a press conference. Boy, didn't he just put it right in our faces what's what yesterday. So any idea that you had that what wasn't happening isn't happening is off the table. That motherfucker's in charge. He's holding press conferences from the Oval Office with his rotten little bastard child who has never, ever once heard the word fucking no. So let's just call that spade what it is. And look, you Bible-beaten bastard motherfuckers, come to grips with this. I went through Catholic schools. I read the Bible. I read the book of Revelations. If you believe in all that shit, you Bible-thumping rat bastards, you must believe that we are in the end of times. And you need to know the Antichrist is here. The only problem is there's too many fucking fuckers to pick. Who the fuck is it? There's so many we could be picking from. Is it that rat bastard Elon Musk? Is it the rat bastard Donald Trump? Is it the rat bastard Barron? Who the fuck is what's up with that thing? Because you look at that Melania motherfuck, whatever the fuck her crazy ass name is. I fucking hate Christmas. I hate with the red shit all over the fucking White. What the fuck was that anyway? We put this shit back in the White House. I'm beside myself. You know, I was floating around a couple of months in a fucking pool, looking at the clouds. Ooh, look, an octopus chasing a Volkswagen. I was fucking happy. I was fucking motherfucking happy. Now, I've got to walk around wondering who the fucking Antichrist is. You rat bastard Bible-thumping fuckers, you put us here. You motherfuckers put us here. Fuck you. Fuck your Bible.
Oh, okay. I see the problem. She was laying around a pool for months looking at clouds. And now she has to get up and walk and do shit. Okay, I see the problem. Yep. Okay, no problem. Yeah, the eyes say it all. Weird. Okay. Unhinged Democrat launches a personal attack not only against Elon Musk and his 4-year-old son, but against Melania and Baron Trump as well as Christians. If anyone has information who this Karen is, please DM this person. And they found her, I think. She's a principal broker. Silver Spring office. Is that? It looks like it might be. Oh my God. Weirdo. Well, if she grew up with in the Catholic faith and that, and now she, is calling all Christians all these names, I think she's got demons in her. She's filled with the demons. Mambo Italiano said, what's happening in Sicily, Italy? This is absolutely extraordinary. Mount Etna's erupting with its summit covered in snow. Here are some explorers skiing between snow and fire. Unprecedented. Is it? I don't think this is like such a strange thing. If a volcano is going to erupt, it's going to erupt. Does it matter if there's snow on the ground? I don't know. You can tell me. Okay, anyway. Save Our Streets said, if you immigrate to Australia, leave your bullshit wars and your fanaticism behind. Australians are sick of you destroying our country. And that's why you do that. You leave it behind. You don't bring it with you and start building mosques and shit everywhere. Elon Musk said 100%. Jason DeBolt said, we don't know what they have on us. This is straight from the horse's mouth. Basically, it's an admission of corruption by Democrats who are desperately trying not to be exposed by Elon and Doge. Let's have a listen to Maxine Waters.
The people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't know what all they have on us. The people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy.
Yeah, so they don't know what Elon has on them. Oh, that's funny as. And Elon said 100%. Drew Pavlou said you can't even make this up as satire. The hijabi lawyer, a.k.a. Ramia A. Sultan, defends 2 Sydney nurses filmed talking about killing Jews. Arguably, the true victims are Muslims entrapped and victimised by Islamophobic media. She's a member of the Australian Palestine Activist Network Board. Compiling thread below on all the most deranged attempts to defend the indefensible.
I take it that most of us would have now been exposed to the video that's circulating concerning the 2 Sydney-based nurses who were engaged in a conversation with an Israeli blogger. Yes, it was a very concerning, disturbing conversation. However, without doubt, it would have been provocative. It would have been one intended to entrap these 2 contributors. And let me tell you, for someone who's been involved in the movement, we have heard and seen far worse come from the other side. We have had threats. We have had blatant killing, a genocide. We had hospitals completely held hostage, massacred, a live genocide being live streamed, and complete silence.
Where's the genocide? Where is the genocide? I want to see it because I haven't seen any genocide anyway.
By media outlets, by our leadership here. And here you have a social media interaction, miraculously surface on all media outlets and become a big issue. We've seen far worse. Now, regardless of this, my message is to young people in particular. You are being watched, and nothing and nowhere is safe. There is no such thing as safe space. Do not trust anyone on social media. Don't engage in conversations like this, seeking to especially entrap you, will be ultimately used against you and potentially used to completely, impact on your future. So we don't live in a situation where you can freely have a conversation, whether you mean things or don't mean things. If you are Palestinian or pro-Palestinian, if you are an Arab, and especially if you are a Muslim, God forbid, you will be met with the high end of the stick. So don't take.
Okay, so the first time they're ever held.
So I take it that most of us would have now been.
The first time they're ever held to account, this comes out. Yep. Okay. Right. Yeah, everyone's picking on Palestinians and all that. Yeah. The loudest voices. Prominent Melbourne socialist activist Matt Chun defends the 2 Sydney nurses talking about killing Australian Jews by resorting to whataboutism about Gaza. For 16 months, the ABC has been committed to producing a deluge of journalists about implied or imagined violence directed towards Zionists. We might think yet again of Ellen Van Nieven's Invisible Spears. The ABC's outrage would be easier to take seriously had the broadcaster not willfully and consistently refused to report on actual violence of a world historic mass slaughter in Palestine, Lebanon and neighbouring homelands, including the deliberate annihilation of hospitals, medical staff and infrastructure, including the burning alive of patients. The left-wing anti-Zionist Jewish Council of Australia put out a complete non-statement. We await a full investigation with unedited footage. Prominent Melbourne Palestine activist attacks Jewish Council, arguing the insane jihadist nurses were provoked. Islamist extremist group, Himitsu, can't even say it, is used as Australian-based Front Stand for Palestine Oz to explicitly defend the 2 Sydney nurses and their call to kill Jews by arguing they were simply mocking Zionists online while on their break. Again, Islamist extremist group, whatever that is, used as Australian-based for... Yeah, okay. Okay. I think it's all shit. Anyway. Okay, Jack said, breaking. Planned Parenthood has cleared their entire Instagram page and posted this on their story. What in the world could this mean? They're being investigated? Oh. Interesting. Yeah, go to Planned Parenthood and start investigating that. Huge scandal in Jeffco schools, Colorado. A female teacher sexually groomed a student and school staff helped the student file the paperwork to report herself homeless so she can move in with the teacher, all behind the parents' backs. When the mum discovered it, she went to the principal, who dismissed the allegations and said the teacher just helps students navigate their sexuality. The principal knew about the homeless document and kept it a secret from parents. He is still the principal. Jesus Christ. Principal of Columbine High School in Jeffco Schools Co. When a parent complained that a teacher was grooming her daughter, he brushed it off and said the teacher takes interest in helping kids navigate their sexuality. He also helped cover up when staff recently helped the... Okay, yep, needs to be fired or resign immediately, at the very least. They should all be looked at, so should their hard drives. Bill Ackman said we should not be surprised by the pushback against Doge as criminal acts are about to be exposed. Over 3 times more people in DC are Googling criminal defense lawyer than anywhere else in the US right now, says Mark Mitchell from the Rasmussen reports. Bill Ackman said we should not be surprised by the pushback against Doge as criminal acts are about to be exposed, and Elon Musk has gone 100%. Miss Smudge said, listen to the New South Wales Police Commissioner talk about attacks on Jews 3 weeks ago. We need things reported. The sooner they're reported, the sooner we can respond. Now, despite the whole world seeing the video of the noxious nurses, she needs a deeper investigation. Yep. That's the New South Wales Police Commissioner. She's a DEI hire, by the way. Alexandra Marshall said poverty is not an excuse for criminality, especially in a welfare state like Australia. When our ancestors first came to this land, they spent generations in dirt poverty. Their Christian mindset of being thankful for what they had and for working for the future of their children ensured they were always rich in spirit, despite photos of them standing in rags. They were not vengeful, they were productive. They were not bitter, they were creative. Today we have a generation that thinks smash and grab on a retail storm is a valid form of reparations. Greedy progressive politics is a vile replacement for traditional values upon which this country was built. Robbie Starbuck said, since Trump is renaming things, I fully endorse him renaming all America's fault lines after Democrats near the fault lines. Newsom's fault, Pelosi's fault, Kamala's fault, Bernie's fault, Pocahontas' fault, Ilhan's fault, Hillary's fault, etc. It just sounds right. Yeah, rename every fault zone. Great idea. Okay. Stephen said, in my 38 years in Australia, I've never known a period where national mood and confidence in Australia is as low as it is today. So many people are beaten down by high prices, taxes, red tape, housing costs, and declining community spirit. I hear you. I actually feel that way myself. I'm happy for the US, but I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here now? Okay, Alex Jones said, hilarious video. Moronic fraudster Maxine Waters doesn't know the Federal Reserve is private in an idiotic exchange with Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Let's have a listen.
When Musk comes knocking at the Fed's door, you gonna let him in?
I don't have anything for you on that.
Would you like to tell us today that you won't let Doge into the Federal Reserve or have access to the systems and the data?
So I don't have any, we've had no contact, and I don't really have, I have nothing for you to report today on that.
Well, you know what happened at Treasury, and you know what happened over at the CFPB, and the people of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by
Not true.
Elon Musk.
You've been violating us.
And we don't know what all they have on us, our bank accounts, everything that in our lives. So I want to protect it in the Fed. Mr. Powell.
She doesn't even know that the Federal Reserve is private.
She just wants to protect herself, mate, and her money. That's what she wants to protect. The opinionated black woman auntie said our mates who's an electrician came in today to look at our bills. Our last bill, 25th of October to 24th of January, was up just over $1,000, totalling $2,838.34. The previous bill was from 25th of July to 24th of October, totalling $1,891.34. We've got a new charge on the latest bill called peak usage. What they mean is summer, when the load to our electricity system is heavy and our base load power is unstable. When are the lies about so-called renewables going to stop? They're killing us. Jesus Christ. Peak usage low season, peak usage high season, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. business days, November to March, and peak usage low season is from April to October, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. business days. I noticed this on my last bill, actually. What the fuck are they doing? Freaking rip-offs, mate? Seriously. Okay, apparently, Robert Malone, MD, shown his true colours. I was just told by a reliable source that there are serious discussions going on at the top level of the Trump administration about pushing mRNA vaccines for bird flu. I see what he's trying to do, said Ariel. He's playing the same game M. Flynn is, legitimising schemes by association of Donald Trump to give the illusion that Donald Trump supports it. This is why Dr. Malone is partnered with certain companies on his website. He's giving false witness here. You guys are such scum running this game on the American people. I hope D. Trump sees this post. You are directly involved with the oligarchs. Check out Dr. Malone's website. It'll make sense why he posted it. There you go. Agree. Elon Musk said, if any judge anywhere can stop every presidential action everywhere, we do not live in a democracy. George said, holy moly, Magate Wade dropped a nuke on Jamie Raskin at the House Judiciary hearing when he went off topic to attack Elon Musk. As an entrepreneur, my time is valuable. I came here because I thought we were going to talk about the regulatory state and why it matters, so you need to make up your mind on that. My content is Africa, the poorest region in the world today because it happens to be the most over-regulated region in the world. So if you don't see the value of over-regulated, wait until this country becomes like most African countries. Magat is the name.
We need to hire a fourth branch of government called Elon Musk to go out and do it for us.
My name is Magat Wade. I'm a Senegalese-American entrepreneur. I've been living in the U.S. since 1998, and I became a U.S. citizen in 2018. I'm also an author of The Heart of a Cheetah, a book that talks about African entrepreneurship and prosperity. Mr. Raskin, your words earlier really, really worried me, and I will tell you why. When you say we are here, and we should be here to talk about Mr. Elon Musk and all the unconstitutional things that he's doing, and you said we shouldn't be here to talk about regulation or anything like that, first of all, I want to say, then why did you have me here? As an entrepreneur, my time is valuable. I came here because I thought we were going to talk about the regulatory state and why it matters. So you need to make up your mind on that, and I'm deeply offended by what you said there. Furthermore, I would tell you why I came when I was invited to speak on this. Because right now, everybody in this country, these issues of regulation, over-regulation, has been made into a matter of partisanship. Are you from the left or are you from the right? I don't care. Because where I come from, the over-regulation causes us to be where we are. My continent, Africa, is the poorest region in the world today because it happens to be the most over-regulated region in the world. So if you don't see the value of over-regulation, if you need and want to wait until this country becomes like most African countries, I don't know. I love this country and I don't want to see it go down there. And also, just so you know, what does over-regulation mean for regular people? It means death, literally. People are packing themselves into little fishermen's boats, trying to leave nations that are overregulated, therefore no jobs, and then they have to leave and go seek jobs someplace else.
There you go. Over-regulation. That's what happens when the CIA gets involved in overturning countries and doing shit like that. Jeff AU said also New South Wales Police. Lisa said Police Chief Karen Webb, 48 hours later, still sees no evidence to arrest these two self-professed killers. Really? Wouldn't it be normal practice to apprehend them and take them in for questioning? This is our police, New South Wales Police Chief, or whatever she is. Karen Webb says officers were still determining any possible charges against two nurses recorded on video allegedly making anti-Israel threats. Yeah. Police Chief Karen Webb, 48 hours later, there's no evidence, but New South Wales Police in 2020, for people going to the beach, because they weren't supposed to be out, supposed to be locked down, oh, they're fine, you know, then dressing up as, like, SWAT team. John Godemsky said the Labor whisperer has gone out to the New South Wales Police Commissioner, let the jihadis go. And there's a full unedited clip. So without the Israeli flag and the Muslim flag, obviously. Doge Designer said, Trump, I don't see any way the country in Russia's position could allow them to join NATO. The war started because Biden went out and said that Ukraine could join NATO. Okay, what's this one? C3 said, I don't know how yet. I've been searching, but I'm willing to bet that Barack and Michelle Obama's $65 million joint book deal from Penguin Random House Publishing came from the American taxpayers through some grant, NGO organisation, program, etc. Somehow we paid for that. Ukraine, China, Iraq, Iran opens the door far beyond the Biden family. How do you protect your interests? Shelter from prosecution, public awareness, control, infiltrate DOJ, FBI, state, intel news. How many fired FBI Russia mid-year received a book deal? Book deals can be lucrative. Follow the family. US taxpayers paid for it all. Information warfare. Okay. Tommy Lambert said, speaking of people who have disappeared, if Michael Robinson didn't trans into Michelle Obama, what happened to Michael? Barack, if you're saying that your best friend Michael is not your wife Michelle, then where is Michael now? Where's your best mate? And then we got this, JD Vance News. Breaking, Joan Rivers' daughter believes Obama's killed her mother because she exposed Michelle Obama as a man. What's your opinion on this? Well, there's someone else's. Josh Dunlap said Elon Musk's dad Errol confirms that Michelle Obama's a man. He referenced Joan Rivers' comment on the same topic, noting she died within 2 weeks of making the statement. There you go. You don't just have the Clinton side, you've got Obama side. Okay. Suzanne said, so we find out the New South Wales Nurses and Midwives Association have 80 members who have frequently attended the weekly pro-Palestine demonstrations and been featured speakers at these rallies, all while wearing the New South Wales Health Nurses uniform. They should all be fired. And Patriots of Britain, unbelievable. The BBC openly call the Trump administration bastards for trying to end a war in Ukraine. You sick, sick people.
And talking to people in the defence establishment, what I'm hearing are things like this. They, the US administration, are doing this above Zelensky's head. And on the overall approach, which is that no way will Vladimir Putin get all he wants, which is Ukraine, but Vladimir Zelensky will lose a huge amount of Ukraine. This is what I'm hearing of the US administration. The bastards are going to do this.
And that's talking about the Trump administration right now.
That is talking.
They are the bastards.
That is what people in the UK defence establishment are saying.
Okay, thank you.
And talking to people in the defence...
Okay, starting to make more sense why B-52 bombers are landing in the UK. And JD Vance News said, breaking, Donald Trump said we should replace Pride Month with Veterans Month to honour the heroes who served our country. Do you support this move? There you go. And I'll leave it there for today with that. Let's go to the comments. Whoops, there you go. It just jumped. Okay, we'll see how far back we can go. That's it. Paul said, little at a time is better than missing out, Deb. Sal said, isn't the Lake of Fire one of those pool venues that host summer gay parties? Sal said, for all the bears out there. Alex said, yeah, remember Elon saying it looks so fake it must be real or something? Shannon said, never a straight answer is just a money laundering hole for black ops. It's all lies, smoke and mirrors, hairspray and wires. Yeah, exactly. Their hair does not just sit straight up like that, Shannon. If you see anyone in a zero gravity chamber, you can see their hair floating around, not straight up in the air. Zal said, $51 million a day. Paul said, no, Zal, that's a pool in India, lol. Deb said, Shannon, monkey hammer and see you a wrench. Shannon said, 1 million seconds is 4 days. 1 billion seconds is 33 years. Sal said, Doge for Australia. And Shannon's put the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, monkeys. Dell said, we lose notches on our belts while they send money to nonsense con men all over the world. Exactly. Zal said, Hev slippery on powder. Alex said, all these massive conglomerates have taken trillions from the people. Imagine getting even a tenth of that back. Paul said, see your Timmer if pain persists. That's a good one, actually. See your Timmer if pain persists. Stu said, yes, thank you, Alex. Dell said, we need reparations for decade worth of bullshit reparation demands that ignore Irish, etc. Sal said, the only space NASA go to is between your ears. Alex said, NASA's in the process of recording over all the tapes as we speak. Dell said, make Roger Rogerson look honest. NASA never a straight answer. Exactly. Sal said, Conchega Yowie, g'day, matey. How are the bunyips down your way? Yowie's in the house. How you going, Conchega? And did I say hello, Stu? I don't know if I did. Conchega said, Elon Musk is being played by John. Paul said, probably lost that technology as well, Alex. Zal said, no, he's played by Harry Bowles. Conchega said, Zal, not bad at the moment, mate. Been doing some work and getting music room together. Wow. Alex said, the dark will always come to light. The truth always comes out in the end, and these monsters are squirming. Zal said, Conchega looking to buy a Fender FR12 to go ampless. Should I ever get back into gigging? Deb said, it's just a coincidence, like tits on a bull. Stu said, hit Yowie. Don't put egg cartons on the walks like I did. I set fire to my room and trashed me sauna. I don't even know what that is. Sorry. Some kit? Deb said, I hope he had a kill switch. Not nearly enough hammers. Stu said, hint. Alex said, yeah, another Hillary list victim who's served their purpose but no longer had any use for them. Exactly. Deb said, so many hurt hands. Conchega said, I have cool room panels to go up. Sal said, Hillary's long gone, but the apparatus is not. Alex said, what a good hack with the hammer. Yeah, I had no idea. I don't know if that's a thing, but there you go. It was funny. The way the guy just like was going, because he found out. I thought that was funny. Shannon said, Socks is here on my chest and she's clawing me ready to lay down. Drooling and smooching. Alex said, just turn the corporate government off. No need to turn them back on. Sal said, correct, Hev, major worldwide lockdown is coming. Deb said, I'm hungry. Who's cooking? I'm hungry too. Stu said, Conchega, they sound great. Love the sound. Hey, George, how you going? Shannon said, I had ham, cheese, toasties with eggs on top. Shannon said, hey, your windows. Stu said, doesn't matter. Eddie's dead now, Hev, and Alex is minister. David Lee is off his rocker. You'll be okay. Alex said, I'm literally just making smoked ham and coleslaw rolls. Oh, yum. Nisi said, hey, everyone. Alex said, Elon would have lots of information after taking over Twitter, all the backlogs, even if stuff was deleted. Exactly. And Jason, how you going? Good to see you too. J1 said, General Michael Aquino, Mind Wars. There's a connection to the rollout. Just came across this. Sheds another light on the subject. Good. Excellent. Deb said, but did they? Polio. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think Mitch McConnell's just like grasping at straws. Shannon says, Socks has been regressed to a kitten clawing and trying to suckle my shirt. Oh, no. Conchega said, Zal, Bluetooth job sounds nice. Everyone's saying, oh, God bless. Little Socks. Conchega said, Joe Rogan's part of the Black Eye Club and Mossad brat. He's been called out an FTM. Zal said, Conchega Yowie, I'm just sick of carting heavy-duty amps around. Must be going soft with age. Zal said, Toad Bogan is controlled opposition. Everyone's saying hello to Jay. Jay's saying hello to everyone. Jason, sorry. Zelensky can't find his stepladder to sign the papers, says Deb. Shannon said he was installed, not elected. Exactly. Alex said Zelensky will soon step down when the money dries up. And Deb said a brain is missing. Alex said $4,000 per month in food stamps. Wow. Conchega said so $1,300 a week on food stamps. Go figured, must be part of USAID handouts. Jesus, yeah. I don't know. That lady was getting a whole lot of money, and if she's making money on TikTok, like an income, then they should cut it off. George said, I wish I had a BMW. Stu said, yes, lugging a big kit around with 1 million pieces sucks. It just use a 3-piece with a crash ride China and hats now. I don't know what you guys are talking about there. Some sort of instruments, I think. Dell said Civilman's the worst. Stu said probably Madway in China now. Deb said, yes, I was told to sell my bum of a car when I went to financial planning, but explained I couldn't be without a car. J1 said, should have bought a Barry Ute, 900 horsepower cheap. They wouldn't even look at you. Shannon said, Mazda way not reliable than BMW. Jason said, 4,000 in food stamps. She either has a lot of kids or a big family. Alex said between about £30,000 and 100,000-ish for a new BMW. There you go. So it is hundreds of thousands of dollars here in Australia. The cheapest one would probably be just under 100,000 then, at £30,000. Sherry said, how on earth can she be getting $4,000 in food stamps? How many kids does she have? See, I don't know how it works, so I didn't realise that, that's a lot. Well, I did realise it was a lot, but, yeah, I don't know. That's freaking insane. Dell said the Yanks threatened Zelensky's OxyContin script. He'd be fucked. Conchega said, you won't need to borrow as we'll be part of the 7 new kingdoms. Deb said, oh, my God, the opulence, Hev. I'm lucky I got handed down a car that just happened to be a bit of a newer car. Stu said, J1, the good old Aussie barrel, whack a big Garrett on her, and there's your 900 horsepower, easy done. Conchega said, Stu, on your drums, Al's on guitar, I'm on bass. Can we convince Alex to sing? Stu said, bribe her. Jason said, stick with my Chevys and Harleys. Yeah, I like the old cars. Alex said, yes, that's loads. Probably gets child support too, Jason. The audacity of some people baffles me. Well, I remember hearing, I only heard, I don't know if it's true, right? But there was someone who I knew whose mother had about 3 or 4 different identities and was getting Centrelink for 3 or 4 different identities. How the hell do people do this shit? Like, not that I don't want to know, because I would never do that, but what the hell, they're ripping taxpayers off, mate. And it's because she was married, she goes under a married name, she goes under a maiden name, she goes under another name. I don't know. I just heard this. I don't know if it's true. But if that's happening, look, it needs to be looked at. Deb said, talking face-to-face and Centrelink, you need a translator from India to English. The screen from COVID, I can't understand anyone. Oh, no. Stu said, I'm sticking with my Rovers and Yamahas. Deb said, I thought you couldn't false advertise. Shannon said, probably is with that shit Bill Gates sprays in the fruit. Yep. Conchega said, I don't think that all this is looking into the finances just started. It was done quite a while back. Yeah, it's being shown to the public now. The public can't be told. They have to be shown. That's why we're seeing all this. Sherry said, these people are so arrogant. Jason said, I like the way my 3,500 crew cab Duramax pulls my enclosed with a drag car through the mountains. There you go. Shannon said, this US aid is the least of the shit that's going to be released, I know. Deb said, Aaron Brockovich. Stu said, yes, Conchega, I believe you're correct. The Yanks were behind the Royal Commission into the vet suicides too, for sure. Deb said, yippee, wood chipper. Alex said, funny how the boot's on the other foot, US aid and all the other corrupt places. J1 said, 5.4 quad cam Ford boss has been taking my interest lately. Quad Turbski, 2 down low on out the back, feeding 2 up front, a warm 500 kilowatt. Deb said, oh no, how will they like out there with their billions and billions of dollars? Poor thing, they'll have to get charity. Jason said, yeah, the Dems are butthurt and their followers are too. They're butthurt over Google switching the Mexico Gulf to the American Gulf when we take care of it, and that's how we get around drilling. Yeah, well, it's like with the Panama Canal. I heard like many Americans died building that, so they do own it. It was given away. Deb said Biden probably had those gold bars in his shed. Shannon said the last time this much money was lost, we had a convenient Black Swan event, 9/11. Yes, exactly. Stu said I had an XB-GT mock-up coupe, white and black, Mick Webb 351 Cleveland, 2V worked, heads gas, research twin carb straight gas, speed pro, cam lowered, racing suspension, 3.9 diff. She flew, mate. George said they're crooks. Shannon said, J1 said, Shannon, that's why they are spewing. They didn't get World War III. Alex said, let's hope that bloke keeps his word and doesn't let the money change his ways too. Shannon said, Titanic, another convenient Black Swan event. Here comes the Federal Reserve. Exactly, Shannon. Deb said, sounds like a massive slush fund going on. Deb said, Jekyll Island. Alex said, it's been too easy for the corporate governments to make money and run. We see none of the benefits of it, just charge more to get less and less. Conchega said, geoengineering, there are tons of patents. Shannon said, that was no plane. It was a Tomahawk cruise missile, no wings or plane. Found only missile-sized hole. I know, Shannon. That's why I said when it was bombed. Oh, no, when the plane hit it. That's right. That's the official story, isn't it? Stu said it was all sold for pittance. It was till an ex sold it for pittance behind my back to screw me out. Oh, no. Alex said, yes, and it doesn't matter which party. They're all the same. I don't like Farage either. I think he's a snake in the grass. Deb said, what's this, revenue cycles? Randy said, hello, Hev fam. How you going, Randy? Shannon said, deciding on what's news now. J1 said, I want to build a Ford FG 1 ton with the 5.4 Boss for when I go to the city once a month. Stu said, got to fly, got to catch a can, cash a can, make lots of money too. George said, okay, Alex, Reform UK are the only party I would vote for. Shannon said, Randy rage quit. No, he didn't. He left. He dropped an X in one of the comments, and I thought he was calling me a see you in the NT. No, he wasn't actually. It was a typing error. Alex said, this is why I stopped watching TV. It was just a convenient one. This is why I stopped watching TV years ago. Deb said, Wheat Bix packet expert. Shannon said, cornflakes box, you mean? Shannon said, Special K journalist. Randy said, Trudeau gave out lots of my tax dollars to foreign country for gay and climate crap. I know, Randy. So did our country, our politicians. Deb said, you can't take the boys away from the children. Panic DC. Stu said, yeah, thanks for reminding me, George. Here's a big brown snake in the pile of cans I'm going through. Lucky it's a cool day. Randy said, nobody's stopping the criminals. Alex said, I thought that, but now they've got all the old conservatives to us, like the Con Club 2.0. George said, yeah, I know, Alex. Alex said, he's done it a few times now, George. I don't trust any of them at this point. Alex said, as soon as they get in that Westminster bubble, they all go corrupt. Randy said, was working on my ice bike earlier. Conchega said, VicPol is nothing more than a business, not a department of any government. The same goes for every other state cops as well, legal agents. Deb said, it's called interest they make in the bank. Have. Alex said, I've always said that. Takes a second to take the money and a lifetime to get it back. George said, yeah, I know, Alex. I've had enough of Labor and the Tories. Shannon said, shit, I must have been abducted. I'm 7 seconds behind missing time. And my ass is a little red and scratchy. Don't watch those anal probes, Shannon. Alex said she has psycho eyes, woman in the car. Yes, she does. Yeah, she got the crazy eyes. J1 said, God bless free speech. George said, looks like she's on speed. Alex said, so her main vocabulary is swearing. Mute. Deb said, Sarah-boon. J1 said she's frustrated much. Shannon said she's beside herself. No wonder the car has exceeded its gross mass weight. Deb said what she got called in work, where the job is, she needs meds. Alex said, Shannon, as Shannon would say, she needs to get laid. Alex said, you bad influence, Shannon. Deb said, you would not go near that. Alex said, yeah, don't even think anyone in their right mind would go in 100 feet of her. Darren said, Alex, who would lay her? Need to be just as crazy. How you going, Darren? Alex said, quite right, Darren. Randy said, the Earth is being affected by another magnet near the US, the blue Kachina. That's an Indian prophecy, isn't it? Conchega said, spell check. Country is not spelled Kutri. Randy said, polls are going to flip. Darren said, the funny thing is that the Antichrist is collectively people like her. Yep. Shannon said she stole the tea towel. J1 said propaganda's thick with this one. George said Muslims are deluded people. Shannon said do no harm. Zal said all this thing is polarising people against the conundrum between Muslim and Jew. Alex said she needs to stop making excuses for those nurses, same as that woman in the lift elevator who was saying that bloke would have a horrible death and that she's in cahoots with the terrorists. Yep. Alex said, they say they are a religion of peace, but I've never seen anything but that. There is nothing but control and fear. Zal said, all religion is a control mechanism. Conchega said, social security is an inalienable right. George said, Islam is far from being the religion of peace. Shannon said, little Richie wants his hair back. Alex said, yeah, I think that too, but nothing quite as violent, Zal. Alex said, we're being overrun by people who hate us to the point that we will be the minority soon. Shannon said, audits whore, what they are good for. Oh, I get it. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Conchega, no, we'll watch it. Keep watching. Conchega said, your bill is not in your name. It's one of your 3 trust accounts. See the barcodes on your BC already prepaid. George said, inviting hateful people into the country for votes. Shannon said, Space Shot 76 accessed his account, Yowie. Alex said, yes, I've heard something like that. Apparently it's only corporations who should be paying. Everything else is paid for. Alex said, if anything else, they will overcharge for something that should be free. Shannon said, did you marry your brother like Ilhan? Alex said, well done, Maget Wade. Shannon said she kicked their Djiboutis. Randy said, we live in abundance, should all be free. Conchega said, New South Wales police are a business same as Bunnings. Let's see Bunnings go and arrest someone. Wake up. Darren said, but visiting a quiet beach was killing grannies. Yep, exactly. How far back was I? Okay. Alex said, the police really let the people down. They're not all bad, but they certainly lost my respect a while ago. They need to do their job properly and stop getting involved with all the woke shite. Shannon said, we all know. Randy said, police protect the state, not you. J1 said, Australian dollar is worth 61 cents before tax. After tax, it's about 28 cents. Then you get a parking ticket. Yep. Shannon said, Joan Rivers, we all know. Alex said, I would have been a police officer for 21 years this year, but I saw corruption even back then. George said, the BBC should be abolished. Sybil said, thanks, Hev. Thanks, Sybil. Alex said, Joan outed Big Mike, and then a few weeks later she was dead after a routine operation. Exactly. Menacing Muskrat said, hello all, cooking a Valentine's dinner. Oh, have a good Valentine's Day, everyone. Darren said, BBC are angry at losing US aid money. I bet you they are. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Alex said, flippin' heck, thought it was cold here. You win again, Menacing Muskrat. Minus 40 degrees Celsius tonight. Holy shoot. We're about to go into some cool weather where I'm going to bring out heaters again and probably possibly light the fire. And that's 6 degrees Celsius, mind you, right? Muskrat doing it tough over there at minus 40. Jesus. Darren said, hey, Muskrat, what happened to Muskrat 1? Alex said, are you doing a call-in tonight, Hev? I'm thinking about a really quick one, but my granddaughter will be here soon. So I don't know whether to do one or not, or wait till Monday, which is your Sunday. I don't know. If you and Timmo can let me know, would Sunday be a better day for you guys? It'll be my Monday, but your Sunday. Menacing Muskrat said, Darren, George got Muskrat 1 trying to get it back. Shannon said, AC/DC, we got the biggest balls of them all. Yep. If you haven't heard AC/DC's song Balls, Big Balls, go and listen to it. It should be on YouTube. Okay? If I could remember how the actual tune goes, I'd sing it to you. But I do know that they say, he's got big balls and she's got big balls. And they've got big balls, and then someone's got the biggest balls of all. Okay, anyway. J1 said, Shannon, Freaker's ball, Dr. Hook. Kanchega said, chow. Menacing Muskrat said, John McAfee set traps in all the computers he gifted to the government. Corrupted piece of shit. Shannon said, Chinese gave free electric cars to officials. The cars spy on them and transmit what they say and where they go. Alex said, I missed your comment about singing. That would be cool. We could call our band the Overseas. I'll duet with Hev. Alex said, McAfee has loads, and I think other people have all that info too, not long before it all comes out. Okay. Alex said, I knew Randy would never do that, just crossed wires. Randy's a gentleman. I know, no, it was a typing error, because when I read it and I said, are you calling me a CU in the NT? I realised, no, because it had an NE, then it was a space and then T. So he meant to say see you next time. But the way it dropped the letter, it was very weird. But I know Randy was not calling me a CU in the NT. No, he wasn't. He is a gentleman and he wouldn't do that. Deb said, are we rumbling? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to. I'm thinking that my Monday, your Sunday would actually be better because I'd have more time. Because if I jump on now onto Rumble, I'm only going to have a half an hour to an hour for the call-in show before my granddaughter gets here. So I didn't want to do. I don't want to keep putting it off. I want to do it so. The next time I'm live, we are definitely doing a call-in show. Deb said, hello, our beautiful Muskrat of Menacing. Sybil said, thank you, Hev, much appreciated. Thank you, Sybil. Shannon said, cross wires is how Randy starts his motorcycle. Alex said, you're so quick, Shannon. Shannon said, ride it like you stole it. Deb said, I had to go out and get my own breakfast. Alex said, I turned my back on those traders. Once upon a time, I loved them, but I haven't seen any good since Norman Wisdom times on the beat. Shannon. Alex said, yeah, we could do a quick one now and then carry on tomorrow. I won't be here tomorrow. I've got my granddaughter overnight, so I won't be here tomorrow. It would have to be the next day. Alex said, call in, I mean. Alex said, Timmy and me won't be long. I promise I'll set my timer. Deb said, not enough time for our Dr. Timmy to tell us all good stuff. What I'll do is I'm going to contact Timmy after this and I will ask him if Monday would be better because then we can, I can let it go. I hate saying to people, I've got to go now, so I've got to wrap it up, you know. Alex said, would be nice to have a little chat now, then Sunday, Monday for a longer one. I think I'm going to leave it for today, Alex. I'm sorry, guys, to let you down if you were looking forward to it. I am going to leave it for today, but I will be back in 2 days and we'll do it then. How's that sound? Because I didn't think I had so much news in there to go through. And now my granddaughter will be here in about half an hour or so. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to leave it there for today. Much love, and I'm very sorry about the call in today. I will contact Tim and see if he's available on his Sunday, my Monday. And I hope you all have a good Valentine's Day. Yeah, hold me to it this time, okay? Seriously. Okay. Hope you have a good Valentine's Day and a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon, guys.